I remember sitting on a damp wooden bench in the boat sheds and hearing my coach utter the words, "Don't ever show weakness. Don't let them see your vulnerabilities. Do not reveal how you're really feeling." That was the advice I was given as a young athlete, preparing for battle at the biggest sporting event of my life. And it served me well in the competitive arena of the racecourse. But when we were off the water and it came to building trust, developing relationships and strong teams, it was the worst advice anyone could have shared. This ability to be vulnerable is the foundation for open and non-judgmental communication. Taking off the mask and showing vulnerability isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually the boldest act a leader can make. It fuels trust and the strongest of relationships. And as a leader, you have to go first so that others will follow. But vulnerability isn't commonplace in the workplace, particularly when you feel like you should have all the answers. I've been coaching a client who was feeling exactly like this, and I said to him, what would happen if you allowed your team to see that you don't have all the answers? And he said, I'm afraid I'd show cracks in my armour. It might be seen as a weakness. I said, as a human being, can you be expected to know everything? He said, no, of course not. So I asked him how he responds when he gets asked something and he doesn't have the answer. And he said, well, I get quite defensive and quite sensitive. And he said he doesn't actually like how he responds. So I said, well, how about you fess up next time you don't know something? See what the response is. I said, chances are you'll open up the floodgates and others will be more open as well. He was a bit apprehensive, but he said he'd give it a go. So next time we met up, he couldn't wait to tell me that in a meeting, he'd opened up and shared a challenge he was facing. And they didn't judge him. And they seemed happy that he had shown a crack in the armour. And they welcomed this new vulnerable side. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about coming into work and saying, oh, made a mistake there. Oops, done another one. Screwed that up, got that wrong. I've no idea what's going on over there. I think that's probably a competency issue, not a vulnerability issue. We have to be honest about who we are. And that honesty translates into trust, which changes relationships and teams. You see, when a leader shares a problem, it helps everyone, because you can guarantee that if you're struggling with an issue, chances are someone else is too. And when you open up about it, you can learn from each other. So it helps everyone. A few months down the line, my client says that relationships are getting stronger and there's more trust in the team. He says what he also loves is that it's removed this big weight of pressure of feeling like he has to be the one coming up with all the ideas and having all the answers. So build confidence in who you are and what you do. And give this a go. You'll see how it really does transform relationships with those you lead.